Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to the Wrenching channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the ultimate Crec A6 performance mods. I believe I am actually the second fastest in North America. 11.3 quarter mile run with draggy, 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. So today I'll be talking to you guys about everything that I've actually done to this car. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with the interior of my 2017 Audi A6 Premium Plus with the Crec motor. It is not modified at all. It is as stock as it gets. I got my little phone mount here for draggy runs. I actually put the draggy up in here. I don't know if, oh shit. I don't know if anybody actually does that, but I actually put it up in here and then I kind of just do that, and it seems to be working for me. I have tried the cup holder and it just kind of rocks back and I get invalid runs, but I do have a P3 gauge, always reading my intake air temps because the gauge cluster here actually doesn't show that, so always want to know what my intake air temps are at. And that's really it for the interior. There's nothing in the back. Got the kit seat back there, you know, daily. And that's exterior of the car. I do have the APR wheels, the APR A01s. I do have new tires for them, the Michelin Pilot Sport PS4s. They will be going on there very, very soon. Stock front suspension, not modified at all. I do have red stuff for the brakes, as well as I believe red, what were they? The ECS? Yeah, ECS brake rotors. So I got the 15 mil spacers on there, if anybody was wondering. With the APR A01 wheels, kind of sits perfect in my opinion. It's not too crazy. I love the height of it as well, the stock heights. We got the rear is the same, except the rear I do have konishocks in the rear. I love the fact with Koni they're actually adjustable for dampening, so I have mine set to full stiff. We'll come out to the back here. Really no body kit on it, no spoiler. I do actually have a rear diffuser by Maxon Designs. I just put that on. I think it gives it a nice touch, as we can see. The exhaust tips, I'll get to that here in a second. It is a Borla exhaust, if anybody was wondering. These are Borla exhaust tips, which is part of the muffler, so it's not like a modified muffler. And then kind of give you guys a little standby view. The car is filthy, as we can see. The front, I do have it's a 3-piece lip that just really basically bolts on. It's as basic as it gets. Some AliExpress special. I got a really good deal on that. So that's for the front lip, and then that's really it. So I'll get to the exhaust part of it. So the exhaust was the most complicated and probably the most expensivest thing on this car besides the supercharger. It is I do have Red Star downpipes. You can't even see them, but Red Star downpipes to IE downpipes. I'm sorry, Red Star test pipes to IE downpipes that have been modified with they've been modified with stainless steel bros resonators and high flow cats to an X pipe from Borla, basically to a Borla catback. So I do have the big muffler in the back that's made by Borla, as well as the Borla S-type mufflers in the rear. So I will do a cold start for you guys, so hang tight for that. start, little video. I mean, full 24 hours, first time starting it up today. It'll eventually idle down and you'll hear the difference. I personally love this exhaust. A lot of, I know, 3.0T supercharged guys, S4s and so on. Biggest thing is rasp. And it sounds like complete crap, especially with a setup I have, you know, test pipes, so no cats. Although I do have high flow cats on this, it does help with more of the smell, if anything. I'll get to the tuning stuff of the car a little later here, but I know one of the biggest questions was asked about drone as well. There's very minimal drone, so I'll give it a few revs here. I mean, I personally love that sound. Absolute drone to a very minimal, no rasp at all. I would say, I mean, I do a lot of highway driving, so I would know drone. And I think the drone is very manageable for what, you know, kind of exhaust system this car has. But yeah, that goes it for basically the outside of the things. I will talk about, I mean, I got a full tank, so we'll get into the tuning stuff as far as what I have now. One of the biggest things, biggest features, and I'll show you guys where I have that under the hood, is a fuelet. So I do have a fuelet sensor, and now that I got the car running, I might as well show you guys. Basically, a fuelet app, click connect, it'll connect. I am currently running an E40 E50 file right now, so I feel that, you know, for a C-Rec build, with what I have done to this car, being at this file, it actually, I feel it has the most power. For your C-Rec guys, I don't know if you guys know, but you could go stage 1, which is single pulley with IE, and run full E85. But the thing that makes my car different is I'm actually dual pulley, and I will get to that and show you guys under the hood. We'll shut this off. So with that being said, I am running dual pulley. Now, biggest thing is, to everybody knows, integrated engineering does not offer it to the public, which is the dual pulley files. Now, when I say that is because I feel that, you know, I've created these files because I was a beta tester and still am technically for a very long time. And when I say long time, I mean 2 years. And it's files from 93, well, currently 91. You have 91 files, 93 files, and then it runs up all the way up until E60. So there are E60 files for this dual pulley C-Rec setup. But why am I not running E60 is because during the colder months, colder DA or lower DA, colder weather, you do hit a fuel cut. And fuel cut is basically mashing the gas pedal. The car will accelerate, and then all of a sudden just not accelerate. Nothing happens. No warning lights, no check engine light, just you're done. So it cuts the fuel off, and well, I don't know if that's the correct term, to be honest, but that's at least what I was told. So with it being on E40, that's actually, I ran the fastest time on E37 on this file, the E40 E50 file. So the biggest thing with it being dual pulley, just so everybody knows, I do have, this is actually an APR upper pulley, a 57 mil. The lower crank pulley is a JHM solid crank pulley, 187 mil. The biggest thing here, I'm sure everybody's looking at this, is the white blower, right? So it's actually a nice touch for this car, a white blower. Anyways, this is actually ported by jxbperformance, ported, and he obviously painted it white. I'm not sure what kind of paint it is. I don't know if it's if they just painted it or what, but he happened to have one, and I actually purchased it off of him not that long ago. The supercharger is no longer a, you know, clutch setup. It's actually welded. So it's a solid setup, in other words. I've been running this for about 2.5 years. It's been great. And this is the snout setup here. Shane Horning, actually, I've been running his, welded style supercharger clutch, as I like to call it. I've been running that. Spark plugs, I don't know what the specs, I forgot for the specs of the spark plugs. It's whatever IE recommends. I believe it's I think they're the 9s. They're NGK 9s or something like that. It's the Kohler, the step down Kohler style. They are gapped to 0.26 as to what IE calls for. And Integrated Engineering has all their spec sheets and everything on their Facebook page, which is really, really nice. Of course, obviously I am tuned by Integrated Engineering. That is who has the beta files. I'm not sure if I've already said that already, but the fuelette setup, as you guys saw on the app, which is really nice to see what kind of ethanol I'm running. It's actually right here. I kind of just have the fuel lines all, put together. This is actually the S4 kit that they offer. It will work with the C-Rex. It is a little bit longer on the backside, but you could run it underneath. The nice thing that it is, it's got this kind of like braiding on it, so it helps it from rubbing against anything, so that way it doesn't cut through the hose. I do have actually a throttle body, a bigger throttle body that is matched to the supercharger, 75mm throttle body. That is from iabed, I believe that's how you say it. It comes with a separate connector. This is actually a Bosch throttle body. I believe it's from a Porsche. That's 75mm to a 75mm opening of the supercharger itself. It's definitely a must in my opinion. As to any power gains, I can't tell you, but the logs actually show it. That's an improvement. And of course, we have the most obvious here is Integrated Engineering cold air intake system. The lid itself is separate. You would have to purchase this separate from the actual cold air intake system. So it kind of just tucks up all in there. It kind of makes everything just flow perfectly, in my opinion. One other huge thing here that I am leaving out is you can't see it, but I do have a high pressure fuel pump from Autotech. It wasn't necessary with the files that I do have. With the stock fuel high pressure fuel pump, you could still run ethanol without any issues, but I took the extra mile here and decided to do that just to be on the safe side of things. I didn't like to see my high pressure fuel pump maxing out. I do have a low pressure fuel pump as well. It is an RS7 low pressure fuel pump. It is a direct fitment. Again, one of those things that I decided to do because I did not like to see. So one big thing that I did leave out and I completely forgot was the ZF8 tune. I did get a custom ZF8 tune. It's HVF ZF8. That's what it's called. It's actually by JM on Instagram. All the links and everything that I did to the car, you guys will see in the description below. So give that a check. Check it out. JM is a phenomenal guy to work with. He's probably the most active 3.0T supercharged guy that I do see. So, and he does custom tuning. He's an 034 dealer. So hit him up. On this car being maxed out to try to squeeze as much power out of it. So as of right now, I'm waiting to hopefully put my tires on very, very soon here and waiting for some cooler weather. And I am going to be rerunning my runs, hopefully at the drag strip. Crossing my fingers to get at least a high 10. That way I could be a record holder. But we will see. As of right now, the car the way it is, again, I do daily drive this car every day, and it's been great. I don't think I am missing anything else. Pretty much said everything that this car has. It is your basic bolt-on with a little bit more, only because it is a C-Rec supercharged 3.0T. And that's really it. That concludes the video, you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for coming by. It's been a while since I've posted videos, and hey, like, subscribe. I'll hopefully post more videos. Hopefully we'll get a 10-second video coming up soon. I'll see you guys later.